How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farm Simulator 22 on the mod map Fichthal. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, Welcome to Bavarian map Fichthal. The hilly map is modeled on the forests and valleys of the Bavarian countryside. The More Trees mod is recommended for all forest enthusiasts, PC. Map details over 240 buyable areas, including over 50 forest areas. 131 fields and 18 meadows, 7 points of sale. Several productions installed on the map can be bought with the respective country. 1 BGA, 7 farms with 4 animal stables and occasionally buyable buildings. Some new farm buildings and objects. Field roads with potholes. 50 collectibles installed. There are no mowing missions like AI splines to drive included. Then there have been several changes made to this map, starting with changelog 1.1.0.0. No new save game necessary. Added deco objects, most at Hirschfield, and added deco to farm buildings. Court buildings increased as well as increased gates, added decoration, and fixed small bugs. Doors on farm buildings now also have collisions for vehicles. Fixed mission snow textures on farm buildings, missing snow textures on farm buildings, roofs, and added specular maps. Cowshed edited cows purchase trigger and straw bales like straw are now accepted. Garage with workshop trigger extended to the outside of the workshop for larger machines. Fixed minor road bugs. Added baler to easy game mode. Removed concrete slabs at courtyard 1. Added new placeable buildings, large shelter. Fixed a few potholes and bumps on the map. Only new saves. Decorative tree trunks are now static and removable. Placed bushes now have collisions and can be removed with a cutter or chainsaw. Adjusted road textures, redesigned in-game map. Then there's changelog 1.2.0.0. No new save game necessary. Added new buildings, small open shelter, medium open shelter, large open shelter, medium barn, manure pit extension, fixed ball trigger on Werner's grain silo. Wool can now also be sold at the middleman. Increased silo small barn. Fixed added and removed textures. Increased gate triggers. Manure capacity of cowshed increased to 300,000 liters. Small barn is no longer an expansion. License plate changed. Then there's changelog 1.3.0.0. Some trees that have already been felled can appear again, and some hedges of the BGA can disappear, otherwise no new save game is necessary. Small hut increased. Reduced river collisions and edited upper river section. Added balloons. 1 vehicle removed from starting vehicles. Fixed floating trees. Fence added at meadow 3. Background edited. Added own sounds and edited existing ones. Placed bushes now have collisions and can be removed with cutter or chainsaw. Then there's changelog 1.3.1.0. No new save game necessary for minor mistakes. Fix minor bugs. Dairy on the map now consumes more liters per hour. There were problems with when selling. Cotton is now sellable at middleman only on new save game levels. A sound was removed. And then lastly, we have changelog 1.3.2.0. No new save games necessary. PDA image renewed. I think that's supposed to be power make. Small bug fixed. Added snow roofs to farm buildings. In the mod hub web, you are welcome to report errors and bugs under our trailer. Have fun on the map. This map was created by Lucas G and is 289.80 megabytes to download. There are no mods required for this map, and if we take a look at it, this is what it looks like. And we own, starting out with farmlands number 2, 53, and 237. You cannot purchase all of the map. There are areas that you cannot purchase. And seeing that there's so many different fields and whatnot, a lot of them are very small, so small fields means small prices. So depending on what you're looking for and the ways of purchasing, you're going to be able to get to it relatively easy. And there's no really huge fields. This is all very, very small kind of stuff. The largest one appears to be maybe this one here for 229,000. I mean, that's really not that bad of a price. You got some big forestry areas and stuff on the southeast corner of the map, but other than that, it's just, fields are cheap and easy, and should be easy to just kind of roll up and continue to build and buy kind of thing. You do start with a cow barn here, the Bavarian cow barn. You do have contracts available, no production chains to start, and there are collectibles, 50 to be precise. If we take a look, there are no mods specific in the buy menu, but in the build mode, we can see under sheds, scroll over to the right, you can see a ton of stuff that has been added here in the sheds. Under silos, you have the small barn silo. Silo extensions, you have the manure pit extension. Then nothing under containers. Under tools, though, you do have the wood storage right there, and nothing under farmhouses. Under productions, nothing under factories, but under selling points, you can see here the old quarry is right there. And then under animals, oh, I'm sorry, nothing left under the greenhouses, orchards, or generators. Under animals, under cows, you do see the one cow barn right there, the Bavarian cow shed, but nothing else for any of the under sub-tabs. There is nothing under decorations, any of the sub-tabs there, and then under landscaping and painting, there are several additional swatches available for you to choose from. Nothing under trees or plants. Now, we start off the farm, so we're going to take a look real fast. Right behind us is the starting shop. You can see right here the shop trigger right here, and repair trigger right behind us right there. We're going to run across this field right here to our next point of interest. This is the carpentry. You can purchase this for $60,000. Inputs here, wood install trigger there, output there. And now we're going to walk just a little ways down the road. Oh, nope, didn't mean to go there. This is where I meant to go. And then right over there, as you can see, this is the Heinrich's Court sell point. And now we're going to walk over to our starting farm. We're going to go in this direction. And you can see our starting farm is right over there. A lot of our buildings are just tucked away in the back there. We just got to make our way to it. Cross over the bridge. Okay. Now it's all starting to come into view here. Our driveway is right here. And because we're here at our starting farm, let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. If we go into the buy menu under the owned items, you can see medium tractors. We have the John Deere 7810, and the large tractors, the Fendt 9030 Vario. Harvesters, the Rosselmash Nova 330. Under trailers, the Welger DK115, the header for the Rosselmash. Under cultivators, the Amazon Cineo 4000 Super. Under power harrows, we have the K-Brand HR 4040. Seeders, the K-Brand Venta 4030. Fertilizer spreaders, the Amazon ZATS 3200. Manure spreaders, we have the Branther TA12050 Power Spread Plus. Under slurry tanks, the FarmTech Super Cease 800. Under mowers, the K-Brand GMD 4411 rear deck mower, and then K-Brand GMD 3123F front deck mower. Tedders, we have the Pottinger Alpenhit 4.4H, and windrowers, the K-Brand GA4731. Forage wagons, the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. The baler, the K-Brand VB3190. Animals, you have a Silo King Trail Lined 4.0 Premium 221822. That is the forage mixer. And then here we have a Lizard MKS-8 liquids tanker. Front loaders, we have the Hauer XB150. Under front loader tools, we have the Elba Universal Bucket and Bale Spike. And then lastly, under weights, we have the Tenwinkle Pack 750. So a pretty decent amount of equipment to start out with. Right here, you have your sleep trigger. Over around the corner, wardrobe trigger. Over in this direction, we have our cow shed, our cow barn, where we can have up to 120 cows. And as best as I can tell, milk trigger is right here. We go in here. We have our feed trigger, and likely our straw trigger is in here as well. Around the back side here, you have a manure pit, bunker silo, some additional openings and closings. On the back side here, let's see. Right here is the slurry output where you have your tanker, your slurry spreader parked. Now you do have additional storage up top in this hay loft, which is really nice. You can bring a bunch of hay up here, drop it down there when you're ready to use it. So very, very cool. And let's see, I think, did I cover everything? Sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, cow barn, bunker silo, manure heap, and oh, silo. Almost forgot the silo. That is over, no, is it back here? Now I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, okay, it's right here. That's right. Right here is the silo. You got your trailer parked right underneath. Output is from the up there, input into there. And now we need to go and grab our tractor, and we need to start heading around the map. So it's a small farm. It's very tight kind of working quarters. You're not going to be able to get very large equipment in here. Yeah, highly recommend to just kind of tone it back on the size of your equipment and just stick with what you need, not necessarily what you may want to have. There we go. And now, head in this direction down here. Now, you can see up in the top right corner, I have put in a bunch of money into this map, and that's because there's going to be a lot of areas that we're going to need to purchase going forward, but not just at this moment. Now, in here, tucked away, is the... is it? I don't feel like that name is right. So let's take a look at the map just so I can confirm this, because I don't want to give wrong information. So we started here just on this corner here next to the shop. Went to the shop and saw the shop trigger and repair trigger, went across the way here to the carpentry, and then over here to Heinrich's Court. Came back down around here where we saw the sleep trigger as well as our wardrobe trigger. Did I skip over the repair trigger? I think I did. Let's go back here just real fast so I can show that. It's tucked away in one of these sheds. I just don't remember which one. No. Oh, come on. There we go. There's the door. There it is. There's the repair trigger. Okay. So we made our way all right around here. We came back out and out to here. So, okay, I did type it wrong. So I had Snerners with an S instead of a W for Werner's grain silo. So I'm glad I took the couple of seconds to point that out. Anyways, directly across the street, you have a debris crusher, but this is called the Old Quarry right here. So nice little sell point. And now we're going to be heading to our first purchasable farm. We're going to pass by our starting farm. And then right here, we want to make a left. And then follow this to right here. Okay. If we look on the map, we were here at Werner's grain silo, went across the street to Old Quarry, up to here where we use this little side track here, to this F here, which is farmland number 5, and you can purchase this for $229,622. And if you do that, you can see you get some new triggers that pop up. So, coming up here, you can have a cow barn with up to 80 cows in it, and it's a standard cow barn. Pretty used to this. Milk trigger here, straw trigger in here, feed trigger in here, and slurry trigger on the back side of the barn. You do have your bunker silo right over here, and then on the opposite side with the slurry trigger, you also have the manure heap back there. So we're going to go and grab the tractor again. We're going to continue to make our way through. So now we're going to head over the bridge. And now, farm number 3. If we look at the map, we were here exploring this farm, went up to cross the bridge and to this area here for farmland number 6, $165,208. Purchase that, and now we have access not only to barns and buildings here, whoops, but we make our way on the backside. We have a silo right here. Another Pharma, well, a Pharma 400, so 400,000 liters. And now, come up to the top of this little hill right here and make a right. And now we're heading out of the town there. And we're going to be heading to our next point of interest. You can start to see it come up in the distance way over there. And here we're going to pull in. And right here is the intermediary sell point. Now we're going to leave, a couple of rights, and head off in this direction. Just need to update my notes. Now, one word of warning. You can see on my map in the bottom left, you see this road network that you can follow. It does have this kind of off-road grid kind of thing. But I'm going to, again, throw out a word of warning. It is really hard to see where the road is supposed to be. Like, it's almost like there was a road here, but then it got kind of maybe updated and removed kind of thing. As best as I can tell. I mean, I'm just basically following where the map says I should be. And you can see there's like some road network. I mean, there's stuff here to indicate a 2-track, but it's very hard to make out. So just pay attention where you're at, where you're heading to. Got this bridge right here. I am in first person because it's a little bit easier to see. And then coming up here should be the road. Perfect. We made our way through. And it isn't like that everywhere. There's some places that are indicated on the map, and it's easier to read than others. So now we're just going to continue along until we get to our next point of interest. Okay, coming up here on our right, you can see it already starting to appear on the map. It's just behind that structure right there. It's our next point of interest. Here we go, right over here. If we turn in here, so here is the wood chip sell point. Then along the back side, come into here, this is the wood, the sawmill sell point right here, with the wood sell trigger right there. So these are sell points, these are not productions. So all you do is just bring these, bring the specific items here, and you can sell them for money. And nope, turn the wrong way. We just follow this road along. Okay. Now if we come over here, this is Potato Harry's sell point. And just across the street is another farm. So we were here at this farm, farm number 3. Yes, number 3. We then came up the road out to this direction where we saw the intermediaries, then came up to here, followed the non-existent track to this road, came all the way up here where we saw the wood chip sales as well as the sawmill, came back around, out and around here where we saw Potato Harry, the sell point, and now we are here at this farm, farmland number 13. This is farm number 4. And you can buy this for $139,585. Purchase that. And now you see a few items pop up. So right over here, I believe it was tucked in here, was it? Yes. Workshop trigger right here, repair trigger. And then over, we got to go around the back side here. Over here, you have another silo, just like at your starting farm. Okay, and now we're going to head in this direction. Now turn in here. And this is the biogas plant, a couple of large bunker silos right there. And you can purchase this for $700,000. Solid inputs here, liquid inputs here, liquid outputs right here, aka your digestate. And now head out of here, backtrack ever so slightly. And now we're going to make a left. We're going to follow this out for a little ways. Go across this bridge here. And I tell you what, this map is actually, it's got a lot of really pretty features, like these little narrow back roads here, the rock face that's just kind of dug into the dirt right there. Like there's a lot that's really going for this map that I really do find appealing. Now here we're going to want to make a right. And then now, as I was saying before, you can see this little two track's a little bit easier to read than the other one was. Now here is our next farm. Come into here. So we were here at farm number 4. We then came down to the biogas plant, came out of there all the way down to here, took this 2-track to this farmland here, farmland number 11 for $191,118. You can purchase this, and now you have access to the sheep barn. 65 sheep can fit in here, feed there, and wool comes out there. So now we just need to continue to follow this around until we start heading into town. Okay. Now we can see again. Tree limbs are not going to be an issue. Okay. Right here we have a gas station to my left. Here we're going to turn. Let's see, was it? It was this way. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Walk up here. This is the animal dealer. Now, if you have pens and pastures already loaded onto your map, you can either come here or use the pen and pasture directly to buy your animals. And what will happen is that it's essentially very loud moves right there. Essentially what you're doing is you're simulating the animal dealer delivering the heads of livestock to you directly. So because of that, you are going to incur a delivery fee for said transaction. Now, for cows, for adult cows, you're going to pay $100 per head, and depending on the amount of heads that you need, it's going to be quite a bit of money. So a good way to save on that money is to either lease or purchase an animal trailer. Bring it to this location, specifically this location. Load into that animal trailer, and then you can deliver the animals yourself, and you save on that delivery fee. And again, depending on how many animals you have, is going to be kind of the telltale sign of how much you're going to spend and how much you may end up saving. So at this point, we need to make a right and come back here to the dairy. 70,000 will purchase that, and you have your inputs right here and your outputs right here. So now we come over here, and right here, now to my right is our next farm. This is farm number 7. If we take a look here, we were here at farm number, I'm sorry, this is farm number 6, the one we're going to. So this one, the one I'm looking at now, is farm number 5. So we were here at farm 5 with the sheep pasture. We came down here, we passed by the gas station, came up to the animal dealer, came out and back to the dairy, then came over to here. Farmland number 9 for $251,295. Purchase that, and now we have access to the buildings that are here, as well as the silo that's here. And then going further north, we have a pair of productions just up here. Alright, starting to my left, we have the grain mill for 96,000. You have outputs here, inputs here, and then over here is the carpentry for 60,000. Can purchase this. Inputs right here with the wood cell trigger there, outputs there. Okay. And now we are heading down in this direction. There we go. Oh, and the car just took right off. So coming up here, we're going to want to make a right. Right here. Then follow this around. Okay. And now this is the last farm. This is farm number 7. And if we take a look, we were here at the farm. Number 6. Came across the street here and we saw the grain mill as well as the carpentry. Came down up to here, took this side road to this farm here. Farmland number 8 for $272,444. Purchased that. Now we have access to the pig barn. As you can see, you can have up to 270 pigs. Manure heap here, feed here, slurry on the backside. The pipe you can see right there. It's right here. Some more storage locations are available. And now we are going to head to our last point of interest. Crossing the bridge right here. Okay, and this is the watermill sell point right here. And that is it. That is the map. That is Fichthal. Now, it is time to render my opinion. You also see the kind of castle remnants right up there. Now to render my opinion. 0 to 5 scale as always. What do I think of this map? You know what? I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I really, really like this map. There's a lot of positives about this map that I really do enjoy. The undulations, the road networks, the color palette. I mean, you see that kind of spire in the background there. Just little features like that that just kind of like immerse you in the world that was created here. It's very nice. Like it looks like a church spire. You know, just things like that that are just like little details that are built onto the map to kind of draw you into the world that's being created. And I can say I really, really like this map, and I really like a lot of aspects on it. Now, there's a lot of things I don't like about this map. For instance, if I go ahead and hop out of my tractor, and I go to this farm that we were just at here, this really bothers me. Now, what bothers me is when you go to this farm, actually no, it's not this one. Sorry, not this one. This one actually fits. So I was going to say the animal barn that's here, the pig barn, does not go with the rest of the stuff. This particular farm is set up to where you got all these kind of what is it? Harmon barns that kind of go well with the, you know, well, because it's the same brand. But then let's go, was it this one? I think it was the sheep barn, yes. Right here. Now you look here. Now ignore the sheep barn for just a second. You go here and you see all these like old rustic looking barns that just look like they kind of have like been here for a good long time. You know, you've got the old rustic looking doors, the wooden doors, the concrete kind of cold look to it. Then you've got this bright, brand new kind of, it just does not fit with the aesthetics that are here. And it's just, I would have loved to have seen the map maker to put in some kind of sheep pen that would have fit here with the rest of the barns and buildings. It was a real shock when you come around the corner and you see all this on one side and this on the other, and it's just really kind of off-putting. It's very unfortunate because you go back to the main starting farm over in this side of the map right here. Nope, right, nope. There. This is this is gorgeous. Like this just fits. I love the little wagon wheel on top of the barn right there. You've got the cow shed, and the cow shed is just so unique. Like there's so much detail, like in the concrete and all that. You've got a bunch of decorations. Looks like these are supposed to be like bunker silo bags right here. You got your big bunker silo. Just everything kind of fits, and it all is like very in line with everything that's around the farm. But you go to some of the other farms, and it's like they've got the more modern looking pen or pasture for the animals, and all of a sudden just boom immediately takes you out of the immersion and just kind of snaps you out of, okay, well, that's there kind of thing. So it's just a real disappointment. And a lot of those actually, here, let's test this theory out. So again, this is another example, this one right here. You come rolling up onto the farm, and you have this, or was this another? No, because again, you have this storage here. So this one's kind of more modernized. But I'm trying to find one that was a real good example. Was this one up here? No, I don't think it was. So maybe it was just that sheep barn. So yeah, I don't know. It just, long story short, it just really doesn't blend well with everything else that's here in this immediate location. So what I was going to test is to see, okay, so you can sell this and you could theoretically put something else in, which if I was playing this map and was, buying this location, that would be the first thing I do is get rid of this and put something else in its place that would better fit the aesthetics that are here. Because that to me is just really sticks out really bad. But overall, I'd give this map a 4. I really like this map. It's got a lot of different aspects to it. A lot of forestry, a lot of farming, small farming, a little bit challenging because you've got the small tracks and trails and small farmlands and all that stuff. So, or small farms, I should say. So there's a lot of stuff that kind of like that's going to be a challenge, but outside of that, it's looks like a beautiful, beautiful map. There's a lot going on here. You've got, even though you've got some of the base game uh, production points, it doesn't necessarily look out of place, and you do have a lot of periphery decoration around the base game models and stuff like that. That again kind of draw you out from it being a base game model. Same thing over here. You've got the base game, grain mill right here, but you've got it in this kind of courtyard with the covered awning here. You got some trees that kind of dress it up, and it's enough to kind of distract from the fact that it's just base game productions, and that's okay. That's really all it takes, in my opinion, to just make it not look like it's just kind of bloop, there it is kind of thing. But that's yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.